Hi everyone, good morning and good evening. Welcome back to another expert connect session from Dynamics 365 Global Community. Let me talk a little bit about DGC. So DGC is started with the intention of creating a dedicated community for Dynamics 365 experts and consultants back in January 2019. So we just created a community for Dynamics 365 dedicatedly, and we have been conducting webinars since then on every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. So we had our last session on 26th of June on the topic of Dynamics 5 portals from Sudeep Chakravarti. And our next session will be on 24th of July, which is again another topic on Dynamics 5 portals. And we have conducted many webinars on interesting topic like Sales Navigator for Dynamics 5, and then Microsoft Flow, Microsoft Power Apps, Microsoft Power Platform, and a few other sections on SharePoint and Dynamics 5 security differences, etc. And we have another meetup on 13th of July, which is happened to be on next Saturday in Trivandrum on Dynamics 5. We are going to have a meetup for Dynamics 5 consultant. So that is a little bit about DGC. When I talk about today's session, it is on the topic of Dynamics 5 customer engagement versus Salesforce.com. Our presenter is Suresh Panchal. He's a technical architect on Dynamics 5 as well as on Salesforce. He carries a lot of experience on both these technologies. So definitely, I'm sure today's session will be quite knowledgeable for all of us. Before I just pass on to Suresh, I'll just request everyone just to mute your lines when you're not talking. So this section will be for 30 minutes. This presentation will be for 30 minutes. After that, you'll get a 10-minute time for asking all your questions. So if you have any question during the session, you can park that, or you can just type in the chat box. So we'll take up every question that is possible, and we will have a hard stop by 11:45 a.m. EST, or I would say 8:45 p.m. IST. Okay. So thanks everyone, and over to you, Suresh.
Thank you, Firoz. So let me share my screen. Are you all able to see my screen? At least a couple of them. Firoz, how about you? Are you able to see my screen?
You can see your screen.
Okay. So this topic is little interesting. I thought of doing a comparison between Salesforce and Microsoft Dynamics CRM. So I found few of the interesting facts which I would like to share with you in the upcoming slides. This presentation, let me set a brief expectation on what all things I would be showing. I couldn't able to cover many things, especially on technical. I'm getting an echo, Firoz. Hello.
Yeah. So I'll mute. I request everyone to mute the lines. So it's
Okay.
maybe person has opened the line. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. No problem. So the expectation from this presentation is some of the material which I'm going to provide you in the upcoming slides can be used in your any pre-sales or for RFP. So if you are doing some kind of upgrade or there is an RFP wherein like you want to migrate Salesforce to Dynamics CRM, some of these slides can be used there, which is like very good comparison is done. So similar comparison we have done it for few of our clients. So some of the data is from those comparison experience which I had done it in the past. So let me start uh, with explaining the Microsoft platform. As Microsoft platform gives you a rich variety of integration. So from start to end, like whether it is it is just a simple mail merge kind of thing for document generation, generation, which like one of our user, wherein we are using heavily this mail merge feature. So this can be easily implemented in Microsoft Dynamics world, whereas the same thing, if you want to do it in Salesforce, you are still dependent on few of the tools, or the third party ISPs, which we call. So you are kind of dependent on those. So recently, Salesforce has also acquired Quip. So that is one thing to watch for. So Quip provides QUIP. So Quip provides an integration between Office and Salesforce tools. So let me give you some of the major differences between Microsoft and Salesforce. If you see Dynamics 365 online agreement, I have provided a link here between Microsoft Dynamics as well as Salesforce, the comparison link which I have used. Straight away, Microsoft provides 99.9% of SLA for all the Dynamics 365 users. Whereas if you go in the Salesforce side, the general agreement which you will see in the Salesforce provision of purchase services, what they have mentioned is they will use commercially reasonable effort to make the online purchase service available 24/7. That is what in their agreement they have mentioned. That doesn't mean that they don't provide any SLAs. So SLAs in Salesforce world, it is done between when the SOW is signed. During that time, the downtime is kind of negotiated and adjusted. So it can be 99.9 or 7.5. So that way it is. But you might have heard the recent month back, there was a downtime. So it is not that the complete Salesforce was down. Some of its services, especially like Heroku services, was down, wherein users were not able to use. But in terms of, as far as our clients were concerned, there were no downtime there. So we had our services working well. So it depends upon which region and which data center was down. Though Salesforce also does the replication, but still, some of the services in North America were down, and it was a major news from the Salesforce perspective, I would say. So you all might have heard about that. But from the SLA perspective, I would like to mention that there is an SLA mentioned, but that is done between when the agreement is signed between the when the SOW is signed between the client and the user and the Salesforce. So during that time, an SLA is defined there. But if you see on the generic website, let me try and show you. uh, okay, just 1 second, please. So you can click on this link and then check for that agreement. So this is the section this is section 2.1 is the one per provision for purchase services. If you search uh, hello, could you please mute?
तुम एकदम सही रहता भाई।
section which clearly defines, but you won't find any of the percentage there. It is done. It is done at the time of SOW agreement between the user and the Salesforce. So at that time only the percentage is kind of negotiated. So based on that, but there is also like a kind of yearly, like 4 hours, 5 hours downtime kind of mentioned in their agreement. So it all depends upon how the agreement is signed between the Salesforce and the users. And same thing in terms of Microsoft, but Microsoft gives like like 99.99% of SLA availability. This slide, the coming slide, will give you the why Microsoft is able to give you that 99.9%. Why Salesforce is not able to give that level of uptime availability. So if you see, uh, can run your entire business, Microsoft and Salesforce. So Microsoft can run the entire business front and back office with the unified CRM and ERP services. So it has wide variety of products in D365 Dynamics 365, like sales service, field service automation, financials operations, and many things coming. Whereas Salesforce is explicitly focused on CRM. But recent updates, I would say, is Salesforce has, I have not mentioned this in slide, but just for your reference, Salesforce has also introduced Salesforce Financials. So that is one another product which Salesforce has come up with. So that is, I mean, they are also increasing slowly from CRM to other areas as well. And the I was just talking about the design of Office and integration with Office. Whereas if you want to use for one of our client wherein we are using Conga Merge is one of the product which is used for an integration between Salesforce and the MS Office. Especially we generate a lot of contracts and some of the court letters, and these are some of the policy systems which we are managing in that. This particular tool is kind of used, and let me tell you, it is altogether again a separate technology to be learned, because there are a lot of it is easy, but still there are many things which you would like to, which you might need to learn. So that means the training part is also there. Whereas from the Microsoft Dynamics 365 perspective, if you see, there is no training required. It is just a native integration which anybody can do a quick, and anybody can do it quickly. And when it comes to Microsoft Cloud, Microsoft has its own cloud infrastructure that is lacking with Salesforce. So they have leased cloud infrastructure. Mostly it is I'm not 100% sure about this, but mostly it is with Oracle, and Oracle, I think they are having the cloud infrastructure. So, and few more things which I would like to mention is like the Azure part. Microsoft is kind of leader there, and a lot of things have been provided. But when it comes to artificial intelligence, or that comparison, um, uh, I have I will be showing you a demo. In that demo, mostly what I'll be covering is from the Salesforce perspective. I will be covering how Einstein Analytics, I mean, what all features Einstein Analytics provide. In the upcoming sessions, I will do a detailed comparison between the Einstein Analytics and the sales and the Microsoft AI. So Microsoft, whereas I would tell you that from the Salesforce perspective, they have also come up with a lot of artificial intelligence and the like what we call as AI features So there is a lot of things they are doing an innovation. Like for example, like Einstein Voice is there. So Einstein Voice is like whatever. Like here we have Cortana. So same thing. They have Einstein Voice. So that also, like from the voice based, they can directly, if you are recording some one example to understand what is Einstein Voice is. Let's say if you want to, if you are in a meeting and then you are recording something in that meeting from the voice based only. Suppose if you have mentioned some opportunity. Let's say like you have mentioned like account Coca-Cola. So it will internally the search feature of Salesforce is quite good in Salesforce. So what it will do is Einstein Voice. If you have mentioned Coca-Cola as an account, and then you wanted to do a follow-up on Coca-Cola account, so by default from that meeting notes itself, it will look for an account named Coca-Cola, and then account, or it will do a search. So let's say it finds an account with the Coca-Cola name. So it will add this particular meeting notes to that particular account and also create a follow-up. So that is one of the cool feature which Salesforce has done. So these all things I'll be doing in another session. But just from the understanding perspective, it is not that, because we are from Dynamics CRM. So it seems that they have not done much there. But I would like to say that they are also doing a good progress in terms of artificial intelligence area. But yes, Microsoft is kind of it has started early in this feature, and it is quite ahead. But they are also kind of coming up there. And also in the recent events, Salesforce event which I went, there kind of all their the whole session was kind of lot of emphasis was given to the Einstein analytics, or Einstein there, artificial intelligence area. In financials also, like many of the banks have also started using the Einstein Analytics, which is kind of one of their one of their case study which they showed. So that is quite interesting things to be seen from the Salesforce. And the other price comparison which is there between Dynamics CRM and Salesforce. So these were few of the things. Maybe like the rates may be something here and there, but most of the things are kind of quite updated. So if you see sales, I have done a price comparison between sales service, social, mobile, and portal intelligence. So all those things, a price comparison I have done. Whereas price part, I would like to say one thing there. Salesforce is Salesforce is kind of uh, very competitive when it comes to dynamic CRM. So if there is any company which is using dynamic CRM, so they will go very aggressive pricing. So I would like to give an example with one of our client, wherein the earlier price was $185 dollar per user, whereas it per user per month. So it went they there was kind of a price comparison, or a product comparison which was going on. Then they repriced it in the whenever that renewal during that renewal they repriced it to $23, 23 to $30, sorry, $30 per user per month, unlimited with lightning features and all that. So right now if you see on their website, they have mentioned 100, 300, but it depends upon how many users Salesforce users you are taking. So in that way, like they kind of negotiate a good negotiation can be done during the agreement part. So that is what I would like to mention from my experience. So but Salesforce, when it comes with every small things, when it comes to, so you need to have kind of a third party. There is always a dependency there, for, as I mentioned, like integration between Salesforce and the Word document, to have kind of a mail merge kind of feature. So that also, like, you need to have a Conga merge tool. And now upcoming for Lightning, there is a Quip tool also, which Microsoft has which Salesforce has taken over. So these are a few of the things which I would like to mention, the comparison between Salesforce and Dynamics 365, and few other things which like I have listed down, with the links is also provided from the Salesforce, what comparison I'm doing, and what exactly is the where exactly the data is coming. So you can like opportunity goals, territories, products, sales terms. This is all included in my in sales in Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365 for sales. So same thing is available. But if you see the the integration between the native Outlook, that is not there. So again, you need to have a tool there. And then the service level agreement, that won't be there. So but again, it depends upon the negotiation thing. The price comparison here, if you see, it seems to be very huge. But again, I would say that like, if there is a lot of users, then the price can, they can reduce the price. W- Basically, why Salesforce is little I mean is expensive over Microsoft Dynamics CRM is because their infrastructure, one of the factor is the infrastructure itself, they are not owning it, is leased based. So that's why it is they cannot go reduce their price too much. So whereas if you see Microsoft Dynamics 365, there they have a lot of liberty. Now I have created a small slide wherein you can see like what all hidden cost are there for for this for Salesforce perspective. Like they start with small, but again, for every increase in the in the storage or something, like there are a lot of things, um, as I mentioned, like one example which I gave between the integration, if you want to do it with some other tool, so you'll have to have a third party tool. Again, there will be something there. But like their price starts from they have a base price, as well as like for example, like you can have 5 custom entities or custom objects in Salesforce. So those sort of limitations are there. Again, they will start increasing the price there, whereas Microsoft price is quite straightforward, and there is no hidden thing. So I'll quickly show you the Einstein Analytics demo, and then we will come up with with the Q&A. Hmm. So the way we log in is, so I have a dev account. I'm in a test account with Microsoft. So this is my developer account, which I'm using. So if you see, this is how the Salesforce Lightning UI looks like. And and if you want to, what I have done is Einstein Analytics part I will be showing you. The Einstein Analytics, the what they are doing is, um, Einstein is above. Einstein is sitting between the above the database of Salesforce, and then from Einstein, all the data can be displayed in an intelligent way on the UI. So you can come up with a quick dashboards, and dashboards also, one of the key dashboards is I mean one of the key feature of the dashboards is you can build complex charts and complex whatever data analysis you want to do easily in Analytics Studio or Einstein Analytics. And these things can be shown very easily through a dashboard. So one example is, let me show you. I have prepared. So if you want to go to Einstein Analytics, so as I mentioned, from the home screen, you need to click click and select Einstein, Analytics Studio. That Analytics Studio will only be visible if you have enabled, if you have that license. So this is again a separate license that you need to have. Only then you will be able to see the Einstein analysis, Einstein Analytics Studio part. So here it is very easy to use. So I have created a folder, and this folder is app, they call it as. So app is nothing but like a folder wherein you can club all your data set and dashboards and all the different charts which you create. So all those things you can club together in that folder. And the access, so basically analytics, Einstein Analytics is a separate cloud altogether. And in that cloud all the data can be brought in. For example, like you need to you can connect with you can not only you can get the data within the Salesforce, but you can get the external data source also, like from Dynamics 365 or Oracle or some other databases, or like any other CSV or whatever it is. So you can have the databases through the adapter. So it is not that you need to do a lot of things there. So you need to have different adapters. For example, let me show you. So you can connect to different external data source as well as internal data source. This is the data manager, wherein you can see all your data flows. So basically what you need to do is you need to create a data flow, and then that data flow, like for example, we are bringing in data from Salesforce itself. So you need to have a data flow created, and that data flow you can set up a certain runtime. Let's say every half a day you want to run it, or every end of the day you want to run, based on your frequency and needs. This job will be created, and this data flow can be monitored by in this view, in monitors. So all the data flows which are running will be shown here. So I have created a data flow which will get me the data from my opportunity, like the opportunity data and the user data, account data from Salesforce itself. And then what I'm doing is I'm creating a dashboard. So what I've done is, one another feature here, not only with the dashboard, but they have something called as conversational query. So they have something called as conversational queries. These conversational queries are like by default built in. Einstein provides that these features. These features, for example, if you want to say show me opportunity, open opportunity, or close opportunity, open opportunity, P opportunity, with whatever field name, with the amount, or with status, with stage in closed. So if you want like some queries or some data from that, so automatically the charts will, the lens will be, this we call it as a lens. So the lens is already created, and this lens you can directly bring into your dashboard. And what I'm doing is, like, let's say if you see this dashboard, I have created a dashboard with all these there is some cool feature called as faceting is there. So excuse me. faceting means, let's say I have created these two charts, and they are interrelated. For example, opportunity and the account. So I want to see how many lost opportunity are there. So you can how many opportunities are qualified, and you want to parallelly see how many accounts or under which I have created this graph group by based on the industry. So you can easily see how many accounts are there as per the industry wise. So here you got the opportunities, qualified opportunities or lost opportunities, and then those lost opportunities you can easily get those things in your in the other linked dashboard or linked chart. And let me quickly, as we are running out of time, just I'll take one more minute. So what I've done is I've created just to summarize it, I have created I've created a dashboard by using data flows, lens, and those out of the box provided feature of Salesforce Einstein Analytics, and come up with a dashboard. And what I want is, now I want that particular dashboard to be available in my sales cloud, so that can be easily done in Salesforce. So if you see this, like that particular dashboard will be available in my sales cloud. So this is how it is, how it will look like. And this is one of the cool feature of Einstein Analytics. Let me show you. Like, if you see, if I want to, from the dashboard itself, you can create you can create an activities or follow up, or you can view that opportunity directly from that dashboard. That feature is available in Salesforce or Einstein Analytics. So if you see this dashboard, now I see this closed opportunities. There are 123 opportunities are there. So if you just click on this, a window will come up. So these are the list of the opportunities which are closed. And then let's say if I want to view this Maxwell opportunity, you can just click on that Maxwell opportunity. You can do all these actions. These are called actions configured on in the dashboard. So you want to create a new task, you want to view that, or you want to create a case, whatever activities you want to, whatever action you want to take on that particular opportunity can be easily done from that dashboard itself. So this is how like that dashboard will look like, or you can create this is how the opportunity will look like. So these are kind of very easy features of Salesforce. And then you can see the faceting feature of uh, of Salesforce. Like here, if you see here, the data is not changing because this is not I have created a separate step for that. So that is not linked with the upper charts. So you can do multi selection. These are all very easily within 5-10 minutes you can create this these charts. So they are all out of the box and very easily. This faceting also, you don't need to do much things there. Just link it in the Salesforce Analytics Studio, and those things can be easily viewed. So here also, like on top, this is like another tool which is another component which is provided in Einstein Analytics, which you can use to show filter out. So multi selection filter is there. So I think I am 5 minutes over now, but just let me quickly summarize it, what we have seen. So uh, and the what we have seen in our in presentation, which is there is, I showed you what Microsoft platform is, and then the terms of usage differences I showed you, and then the top differentiators between Salesforce and Dynamics 365, and where all Dynamics 365 kind of wins, and the price comparison also I showed you, and the sales comparison, and some hidden cost which are there for Salesforce. And then the demo of Einstein Analytics, wherein we saw the how how to go to, I mean, I didn't show you in detail, but some of the features like uh, data flow monitors, and dashboards, dashboards, lenses, conversational queries. So all those things you can, out of the box features are available in Einstein Analytics Studio. Those can be easily used to create or come up with a dashboard, and from dashboard itself you can create create an actions in Salesforce. And those dashboards can be easily configured in any of the clouds like sales, service, or any other clouds you want to configure. Yeah, so so I would like to end here, and I'm open to questions now.
Hello.
Yeah.
So I have a question. If we can create a dashboard in Einstein Analytics, so can we also show this particular dashboard in Dynamic 365?
Dynamics 365. No, this is Einstein feature. Like Einstein Analytics feature is there.
Yeah.
So that dashboard, you cannot configure it in Dynamics 365.
So
But it is
means
like within the Salesforce arena, like you have Salesforce,
finance.
Salesforce Finance, Sales, Service. All those things
Okay.
you can easily
Okay.
share in the for like you need to be a Salesforce user
Okay. 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 Means within
to see
Salesforce
that
clouds,
dashboard.
we can configure.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
But but you can get the data from any of these this system like Dynamics 365 data. So you want
Mhm.
to prepare, like you have Salesforce data, Dynamics 365 data, or
Mhm.
some Sugar CRM or some other tools, or your on-premise database is there. So if you have some kind of data available in different systems, so you can get in those data, and then Einstein can give you a good analysis, and those
Oh.
dashboards can be quickly created. And the charts which I showed you, they are like
Mhm.
quick 2 minutes charts. They are not very I mean, like I have used, if you have used SSRS, then it's so
Mhm.
complex to come up with.
Can we
Mhm.
compare this with Power BI?
Yes, you can. So
Okay.
next, the coming session which I'm going to do is, like I'm going to do a comparison, a detailed comparison, how what all things we can do. What is the comparison components or
Mhm.
technical solutions available in Dynamics 365?
Okay.
Thank you for the question.
Thanks.
Yeah. So any other questions?
Yes, Suresh. Hi, I'm Asif.
Yeah,
My,
Asif.
yeah, my question is basically from the sales perspective.
Yeah.
So Dynamics 365 having so much of features.
Sure, Suresh. So it was very nice and knowledgeable session. Thanks, Suresh. And
Mhm.
thanks everyone for joining in. So this recording of the session will be uploaded to DGC YouTube channel also. So you can subscribe the channel. So I mean, I couldn't give the URL over there. Okay. So you can directly search for Dynamics by Global Community or DGC YouTube channel. You'll definitely find it. And we'll definitely share the
Firuz,
WhatsApp groups and everywhere.
Firuz,
So
sorry to interrupt. Firuz, sorry to interrupt, but your voice was
sure.
not clear. Is it a problem with my side, or you are also
Yeah,
having others?
no.
Are you able to hear, Firuz?